Good morning, Cohort 3. If you're on with me, I need you to indicate good morning. If you're on with me, I need you to say hi. I can see some coming on board already. Great. Good morning. I hope we had a lovely weekend. Rebecca, good morning. Peace. Pablo, good morning. Kingsley, Constant. Good morning to all of you. Chisom, good morning. I can see Malaki, you're welcome. John Paul, you're welcome. Our Cohort 3 community, you're welcome. Good morning to all of you. Chukwudi Ibe, I am great. Thank you so much. Good morning, Chinaza. Good morning. Debbie, I can see you. Good morning. Cheesy, good morning. Olachi, good morning. Thank you all, guys. Thank you. Good morning. I hope those who are not online already, they should be making their way. They should be making their way to the platform because today is a great day. We're going to be talking with each other and discussing matters that concern us as far as Cohort 3 is concerned. I have gone through my review. I heard you a lot of questions. They will try to provide answers to those questions. Thank you so much, Chisom. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Ambassador, thank you. Good morning. All right. Good morning. Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me clearly. If you can hear me clearly, please indicate before I proceed. Can someone indicate that you hear me clearly? Kelly, good morning. Yes, sir. Okay. Thanks, Chisom, for confirming that you can hear me. And I believe that all our prospective students and the entire community online at this time, you can all hear me clearly. All right. Good morning once again, and welcome to today's Facebook Live with the Honorable Commissioner for Digital Economy and E-Government. It's been a pleasure undertaking this journey with you, and we have done it in Cohort 1. It was a huge success. And again, we just concluded Cohort 2 with a grand style graduation ceremony, which the whole world is applauding till date. And thanks to all of you, your enthusiasm, your commitment, and your eagerness to learn and be part of the digital society. That has been what has made the difference. In IMO, we are raising digital change makers that are changing the narrative of the state and will become the birthplace of innovation in few years to come. Our march towards being the digital skills hub of Africa is now becoming clearer and even becoming more achievable. So a lot of people are believing in us, the nation, they are believing in us. And that is why only last week, the presidential award that came spotted the ministry as the best state MDA in Nigeria. And that's a great work we have done just barely 1 year ago. So thank you so much for believing in us, for trusting in our judgment, and for undertaking this journey with us. And today we are here to talk about the third cohort. I know a lot of people, when we started, never believed. They never thought that this journey would be at this point at this time. When we made a promise, we kept to that promise, and that is now convincing people the more. And that is what good governance is all about. When you uh, create good policies that are people centric, policies that are focused on making the lives of people better. That is the simplest definition of good governance. And in IMO, we are proud to say that we have a captain of the ship who has his eyes on making our IMO people better and creating opportunities that will make IMO the pride of the nation and the envy of other states around us. And I'm happy that you and I are part of this interesting journey. So, um, there are a couple of questions I have noted down from my page regarding the cohort 3. And I will start by trying to speak on each of those talking points so that we get clearer where we are and where we are going from this time. But before I proceed, I notice there are people who are still schemists. They are still having doubts in their hearts that whether cohort 3 will hold or not hold. I am here to answer you clearly that cohort 3 has even started. We are not here to joke. We are not here to play. We mean business, and we are here to change the future of our youth, and we are committed in doing that. It's not just about cohort 3. We will also have cohort 4, we have cohort 5, we have cohort 6, and it will continue until every youth in Imo State has one digital skill or the other. And that is the commitment of this administration. And I'm also passionately connected to that commitment. And that is why I'm here with the commissioner to see that these promises are kept to the latter. So if there is anyone who still has doubt in him or her, please do not allow petty doubts to deny you the opportunity of a kind that you might not have anywhere else. There is no state in this country that is doing what we are doing in the magnitude that we are doing it and in the way we are doing it with all commitment and passion. So if you're from Imo, I always say that this is the best time for you to become an Imo youth. This is the best time for you to be resident in Imo, because each of these courses that we offer free of charge today, if you go to any private-led organization like APTIC and other training organizations, you will pay nothing less than 350,000 for each of them. And at the end of your training, nobody gives you any like a laptop or any other kit. So this is our best time in Imo State as youths to take advantage of this program and get ourselves optimized and ready to play in the evolving digital economy. So the questions have been, when are we starting cohort 3? Like I said, cohort 3 has already started with your registration, and the next thing that will be happening very soon will be the flag off. But before the flag off, we're supposed to have a pre-assessment exam, a pre-admission exam. But we have looked at all that has happened with cohort 3 and reviewed our journey in cohort 2 and reviewed our journey in cohort 3 and in cohort 2. We have also noted some of the key challenges we had in cohort 2. And in every organization that is responsive At the end of every project, you do what is called end of project analysis. So the end of project analysis has been completed for cohort 2, and we have seen the weaknesses, we have seen the strengths, we have seen the opportunity, and we have seen also the threat. So we have done our SWOT analysis, and we have come up with some key policies and re-engineering decisions that will make cohort 3 a far better cohort than the first two previous cohorts. So, and that has led us to dealing with some of the petty issues, which are very unpleasant issues we notice from our students in cohort 2. Issues like identity theft, issues like selling of laptops, issues like people who do not participate in the program coming at the end of the program, coming to collect a starter pack. Issues like people who never took seriously, the training and the learning process. And at the end of the day, they are queuing up to come and collect a starter pack. And these are people, at the end of the day, is not giving us the right identity which this project carries. And this has broken my heart. A lot of things, people who claim who they are not. For instance, I mentioned Okechukwu Chidera. You will see 10 people coming out to answer Okechukwu Chidera. And we have challenges trying to identify who is the right Okechukwu Chidera. And these people go as far as going to create counterfeits of national identity numbers of individuals. They create counterfeits in business centers. They create counterfeits of Cisco certificates. These are heinous crimes, criminal crimes that people engage in just because they want a laptop. They are not looking for that laptop because they have the skills and they want to deploy the laptop to better their lives and to be part of the digital economy. They are looking for the laptops to go to Tekno to resell them and resell them in ridiculous amounts and then pocket the money for another thing altogether. This is a great disservice to the state and a great disservice to this program. So we looked at we never saw this happen in cohort 1. It was in cohort 2 that we saw this development. And as a responsive ministry and commissioner, we can't just fold our arms. Project review and came up with decisions that will make cohort 3 unique, better packaged, and better deployed for the benefit of our people. We want this program to be taken seriously by anybody who wants to participate in it. We want you to learn the skills, not just about the certificate. Our emphasis is on the skills and not certificate. We want a situation where you said you are a graphic designer or a front-end developer or a back-end developer, a cybersecurity expert, a software developer. We want to see you ply your trade and hone your skills anywhere in the world. We don't just want to say this by mouth, and at the end of the day, if you're given opportunity to practice what skills or the knowledge that you have acquired to put into practice, you will be struggling, and that will not give a good name to this project. IMO is not known for that, and not under this administration. We want only serious people, not people who will come. All they are aiming at is to get a laptop or a starter kit and go and resell. So that has made us to take the decisions to cure the problem of identity theft and also cure the problem of forgery of certificates. We want to make sure that only those who are serious will participate in cohort 3. Secondly, cohort 3, our administration, the administration of His Excellency Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, had planned to admit only 40,000 students in cohort 3. In cohort 1, we did 5,000. In cohort 2, we did 15,000. Right now in cohort 3, our budget and our target is to admit only 40,000. This comes with a lot of challenges. And as of today, in the registration portal, the first registration portal we opened, we have above 150,000 applicants. These applicants are jostling for only 40,000 slots. And we have to find a way to make sure that only those who are serious, only those who are ready to utilize the skills they will acquire and put it into practice to earn good wages and also create their own ventures, launch their own startups, begin to provide digital services and innovative products in Imo and beyond. Those are the people we are looking out for. And when our opportunities are coming, those are the people we want to link up and connect to those opportunities, not those who are looking for laptop. And this is why we have created the second link. If you look at that link, it is not just a registration link. It is written an admission link. That means that if you're able to meet the criteria stated in that particular link, and you're among the first 40,000 that registered, then you will receive an admission letter from us. And this your admission letter will be given to you after the flag off. And that will lead me. I will answer a lot of questions regarding why are you asking us about NIM? Why are you asking us about PVC? And some people, I hope someone like Nwachukwu Quinet, I hope Nwachukwu Quinet is online. Annabelle Nwankwo, Chiamaka Blessing, and Ajoku Justice. I have seen all your comments on my page and in the Skill Up Imo page. You have questions about why the PVC. I will answer those questions very soon. But let me further say that the flag off for cohort 3, His Excellency has graciously and tentatively, though, fixed the first week of November. I will be meeting him today to look at his calendar in the first week of November. The flag off will be happening at Dan Anyam Stadium. For those of us who are successful, who have registered successfully for cohort 3. So for some of you who are still in doubt whether there will be cohort 3, I think I'm giving you a very firm response. The flag off for cohort 3 will happen at first week in November. Once I see His Excellency and confirm the exact date, I will also make that broadcast via my page and also through the Skill of Imo page. So watch out for it. The exact date by first week of November when the flag off for cohort 3 will start. And after the flag off for cohort 3, the next process will be the onboarding of all the successful students. The onboarding process will happen at the different learning centers where you have chosen. If you have chosen the ministry as your center, you will go to ministry for your onboarding. The center coordinators, the facilitators, they will all be there and our staff to make sure that you are onboarded successfully into our class. Remember, onboarding takes place on our learning management system. We have a learning management system, which is a software where every program, every participant in cohort 3, every valid and genuine participant in cohort 3, you must be registered in the LMS. So don't play with it. You are only a student in cohort 3 after you have successfully onboarded. And that onboarding will require proper registration and capturing of your data in the LMS, our learning management system. This will be made available in all the centers. Depending if you have chosen IMSU, then you will go to IMSU after the flag off ceremony for your onboarding. If you have chosen the ministry, if you have chosen Futo, Nekede, Avan, Polyomoma, preparation, any of our centers. That is where you are going to go for your onboarding. Please take this seriously, because some of the students who participated in cohort 2 only came and started telling us that they were students because they attended class and the class rep was registering them. The registration by the class rep does not make you a student. What makes you a student is that your data is what makes you a student is not that you attend class or that a course rep registers your name manually. No. What makes you a student is identified in the LMS. So take this very, very seriously. Onboarding will commence immediately after the flag off ceremony that will be happening by the first week of November. Like I repeat, I will make the exact dates known to each and every one of us through our channel, through our WhatsApp platforms for cohort 3, through the Honorable Commissioner's Facebook page, and also the Skill Up Imo Facebook page. The exact date will be announced. Of course, our preparation will continue. And onboarding will happen at the different learning centers coordinated by the center heads and center coordinators. Again, is to also say that during the onboarding, maybe you want to change your course, maybe you want to change your center. Don't worry, that will happen during the onboarding. At the process of onboarding, you can tell your center coordinator, yes, I chose IMSU, but now I want to change to the ministry. The flexibility of that will happen during the onboarding, not at this point. So some of you have asked such questions. I needed to make that very clear. Again, is to also state that now we are talking about 40,000 students to be admitted in cohort 3. That requires a huge challenge on us, but we are working hard and we are doing all we can, to make sure that students, the process is easy for students and is stress-free as much as we can. I won't promise you that there won't be stress at all. There must be stress, because managing 40,000 people is not easy. To do the onboarding, to get them admitted, to communicate them, and also forward the admission letter. It's a tall order, but I think we are prepared for it. The other thing that we have also done is to work hard to ensure that we expand the learning facilities so that we can easily admit this number without having much challenges. As God may have it, His Excellency will be unveiling the newly remodeled and newly equipped 3R Digital Learning Center at the ministry premises. That will help us to, accommodate and provide facilities for, a larger number of students, not just using the ministry, the existing facility in the ministry, the classes in the ministry. New classes, bigger classes have also been built, which will help us, make learning easy for those coming in for cohort 3. Again, we are also finalizing our technical discussions with other universities and higher institutions who have written us to join and collaborate with us in the cohort 3. In the whole of Okigwe axis, we at the moment do not have a learning center, but we have identified 2 institutions there that we are inspecting their ICT facility so that we have a center, in Okigwe. So 2 new centers will be in Okigwe zone for cohort 3. I know some of you who are from that zone, it will be difficult for you to travel and commute from such places to the town on a daily basis to attend classes. We hear you, we understand the difficulty, and that is why we want to set up 2 new centers to cater for the people at the 2 ends of Okigwe zone. So our dream is to bring the learning opportunity to the doorsteps of every Imolite, so that you don't need to walk too far away to access a digital learning center and be able to participate in the cohort 3 of the Scale Up Imo. So once, very soon, we will be adding these centers as choices that you can make when you are trying to fill your form, for cohort 3. And even if you have filled your form initially and these 2 new centers have now been uploaded, don't worry. During your onboarding, you can change your first choice of center to the second, to the new center, maybe if you are coming from Okigwe zone. Try and choose centers that are close so that it will be easier for you to attend classes and meet the attendance threshold. Because if you don't meet the attendance threshold, it might affect your graduation. So we want to correct all of that at this point. Again, is to also look at some of the burning issues I have been receiving regarding the cohort 3. Please, I must warn and I must strongly advise, do not allow politicians to deceive you and deny you the opportunity of having access and equipping yourself with digital skills. I see the people I mentioned, Nwachukwu Queenet, Annabelle Nwankwo, Chiamaka Blessings, Ajoku Justice. I saw their comments and already alluding to the fact that, yes, we are asking for your PVC so that we will use it to rig election. That is quite pathetic, but it's a way people can think. People have, for those who rig elections, they don't need to come and ask you for your PVC. PVC is a publicly available record. If you go to the internet, you can download the INEC voters register of any state, and every fully registered voter in Nigeria, your PVC number is already there. So there is no need for you to begin to think that anybody needs your PVC number for anything sinister. Please, I want you to delete that thought. It's not a proper way to think for someone who wants to help himself or herself. Nobody needs it for such. Rather, we need it to give you a unique identity. That's why we also ask for your name, to give you a unique identity, because of the ugly development we saw in cohort 2, where people can go to the cyber business centers and they will now forge somebody else's name. And when we try to cross-check such data, we find that they are fake. And these are criminal behaviors. And we now want a situation where we will have 2 ways of identifying whom you are, to know whether you are truly whom you claim to be to participate in this program. And the NIN and the PVC, they are publicly available records. If I want it, I will get it without your permission because it's everywhere in the net. And when you go to, remember, when you go to some hotels and they ask you for your identity card, you produce your PVC to them and they will make photocopy of it and keep before giving you a room in that hotel. Are they using your PVC for any other thing other than that purpose? These are only unique identifiers that even if somebody goes to fake and you query the data record that you're capturing, you find out that you identify the criminal from the real people. And this is what has helped us so far. We tried to use the NIN when we were sharing and distributing the laptops, and that has helped us to fish out the real people from the fake people. And when we saw them, we identified them, we named them, and we shamed them, and they left the venue. So there are people who are not with the best of intention, but they will pretend as if they are with such. So some people database with the NIM database, with the voters register, so that we know who you are. In such registered database that are online, your pictures are there. We can identify you. But if we allow, some funny people to just claim that, yes, they want to use their PVC to rig election, and they come into this program with the wrong intention, that will be doing huge damage to our program. And we don't want that to happen. These are the kind of people, they participate and they go and sell their laptops, which is a very shameful thing for anybody to do. It is those who do not want the progress of the state, and they don't want this program to benefit other people, because His Excellency could have also decided not to engage in this program. He could have decided to do any other thing. So we must encourage him and encourage the intention of this program by ensuring that the right people who are ready to comply and abide by the rules of the game to participate and benefit from the program. Otherwise, mediocres will take over the space, and it will be money not well spent. And we have to be accountable. These are money of the public. We have to be accountable for it, and we have to be transparent in what we're doing. Please let me state categorically that nobody needs your PVC number or your NIN number for any other thing other than identifying that you're the real person. That will be captured in the LMS, and that will guarantee your admission, so that nobody comes tomorrow to fake and steal your identity and try to collect a starter pack using your name and your identity. We want to put that, this is the only way we can nip it on the board from the point of your registration. And that is why we have to include and provide those options. Anytime there is any need for you to truly that you are a student in, please let us not allow sinister thinking or allow people who show doubts or who have negative mindsets to deny us of participating in a program of this nature that will benefit your life. This program will even outlive the current administration of His Excellency Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma. It will outlive the forthcoming election. It will outlive even those that will take over from him, because this is one program that the federal government has copied. Recently, they have come to us, studied, and they have now copied exactly what we are doing, and they want to replicate it across the country. So Imo State is unique, and Imo State have a purpose for its own youth. Do not allow anybody to deny you. When we started, many people never believed in us. And when we graduated the first 5,000 people, it didn't take us 1 week. More than 20,000 people registered for Cohort 2, and we were able to admit only 15,000. Now that we have graduated 15,000, the whole world have seen what we have done. In less than 2 weeks, we have in our portal 150,000 people registered fighting for a slot in Cohort 3. And we cannot admit all the 150 because we don't have the budget for it. We don't have the facility for it. We can only admit those we can cater for. And we want to admit the real people better their own lives and also support, grow the digital economy of Imo. I have to take time to talk about this because some of the people I mentioned have repeatedly been sowing this wrong narrative. Please delete that from your brain. It's not true. It's not necessary. What is necessary is that you have to be properly identified as a student in Cohort 3 to avoid a repeat of what we saw in Cohort 2 about our people. And again, I want to talk about the issue of when are we starting the training. A lot of our prospective students have been asking. So the training starts immediately after the onboarding. I think we usually give 2 days. We'll give bring out a time across all the learning centers. after the onboarding month of November. Election would have gone and finished. Our classes will still be going on. If we commence classes before the elections, maybe we will close for a few days so that people will go to their various polling units and vote. 2 days after the voting, once the result is announced, people will still come back to their classes to commence. This program, like I said, will outlive the current administration because the federal government is already interested in it. And other private partner organizations are also interested in it. So do not allow those who do not want to see good things happen to you as an Imo youth come and deceive you by politicizing what we are doing. If there should be political reasoning in what we are doing, I think we should applaud His Excellency Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma for doing what he's doing, for remembering the Imo youths, for providing this initiative in order to better the lots of Imo youths. So we must support good policies, irrespective of where it's coming to all of us. And we are all stakeholders in this state. The digital economy that every country is embracing knows no boundary. So Imo should rise up as we are grooming the digital change makers in Imo. We are already taking an enviable position in the world where everybody is seeing that Imo State is digitally ready to launch its own digital products, innovative products. And this is the brainchild leader who is in the helm of affairs of this state today. And every other governor that will come after him, there is no way they will leave this program because they have seen the impact. It's giving hope to our youths and giving them confidence, giving them the opportunities, they need to access in the fourth industrial revolution. So please, let us remain hopeful and let us, remain committed and let us remain focused in our march to becoming the digital hub of Africa. So, like I said, training commences immediately after the onboarding. Then there is someone who asked a question about those who just turned 18 years. Yes, because we have to include age range, to also know those who are participating in this program. That will also help us in making some key decisions during the admission. For those of you who have just turned 18 years old and you don't have the permanent voters card and you don't have a PVC number, nothing to worry about. At least you must have a name. If you have your national identity number, please use that to register because you have but indicate your age to know that you just turned 18. And we know at this time, people were not given opportunity to go and acquire a new PVC before the election. So by the next time the INEC is doing voter registration, try and participate and get your PVC. Very soon, Imo Social Security number will also be needed so that we know those who are, that a majority of our citizens and indigents are those participating in this program, because this is Imo-centric. And we want to make sure that greater number of our people participate. Even there are people who are indigents and non-Imo citizens that are participating, but a greater percentage of participants or learners must come from Imo State so that our people benefit more. And questions like people who are still looking for their tools, they are asking me whether the distribution of tools is continuing. And I'm happy that we have gone very far when it comes to distributing these tools. The people that are having problem are people who are funny. Their cases are very funny. We have to now look deeply to. There are some applications we have received which we have further reviewed. After reviewing that application, I think from next week, we will announce at least twice a week or once a week, depending on, because once cohort 3 starts, we wouldn't have time so much to. but we'll try to look at all the remaining cases. We'll review them and announce the day they will come for their own review, and we'll give you the outcome of the review we have done. If we found out that you are genuine and that you are not lying, and we have data and facts to support your claim, of course, we'll release your. And if by the time we are distributing, someone hasn't been in town, maybe you are in Lagos, you are somewhere, because we are not giving to proxies. We don't allow people to receive on behalf of any other person. And you now happen to come to Owerri, please walk straight to my office with your name and other proofs as you have submitted your request. We will release your own starter kit directly to you, because His Excellency has asked us not to give to any person who, any proxy rep to any person. That you must come in person to receive your starter kit. So such cases are what we are entertaining. And if you have not also complained, please follow the protocol. Go and submit your complaint. We are here constantly reviewing them. Some of you will be calling you on phone that we have reviewed your case and we think you have a good case. Please come to the ministry to collect your kits. We must have a transparent way of dealing with some of these issues. I must say that I was disappointed with the kind of behaviors I saw with some people in cohort 2. There are funny things that I never knew anybody can do, from people who have shown a lot of desperation. Reviewing and looking at each of these cases. We don't want such people to appear again in cohort 3. So I will now try to look at, because I know some of the questions have been pumping up. I think I have touched on each and every one of them. Okay, someone, Olachi, is asking about the faulty package. Yes, please just exercise little patience with us. For those of you that we gave kits that still have battery challenges, we have now collected, we gave out a form for you to fill. And I know there's quite a number of you that are affected. Please, that form, we will close that. Then you have yourself to play. Once we send the form, Zynos have agreed to laptop. It's as simple as that. The only thing you need to do, make sure that before close of work today, that you have filled that form. Please fill that form if you are affected. By close of work tomorrow morning, I am sending it to the supplier. That will enable them determine the total number of batteries they are coming with. Because if your own is not there and it's only 100 people that have filled, then they will come with 100 batteries and you have no other person to blame. Please comply. If you're in cohort 2 and you are affected, go and fill that form before the end of today. Someone is asking if cohort 3 link is out. Well, I don't know where you have been. Cohort 3 link has been out, for like I can't even say the direction, but the new link. And again, let me also answer, because I've seen questions where people are saying, yes, we filled the first link, the cohort 3 registration form. Do we need to fill this second one? There is a whole world of difference between the first one and this second one. Look at the heading of this second one. It says admission form. Please, if you have filled the first one, go and get the second one and fill immediately. Once we have the first 40,000 people fill the form correctly, we are going to draw the line. And that will be the people we will have admitted for cohort 3 on first come, first served basis. Please, if you have not filled the second form, that's the admission form, go and fill that form without wasting time and provide all the information needed. Go and fill that form. If you don't fill the form and we reach our first 40,000, that will be the end, because what we can train in cohort 3 is only 40,000. I know there are about 150,000 of you who have filled the first form. Please be the first 40,000 to fill the second form. Do not waste your time, or do not allow any sinister thinking to delay you, because that will form the basis of your admission in cohort 3. Once we draw the line, we start the onboard, we start issuing the admission letters. You get it via your email address that you have filled. And we announce that check your email address for print your admission letter. You will come with your admission letter for the onboarding. You can only be onboarded in any of our centers when you have provided your admission letter. So please, the form is out for the gentleman who is asking. The form is out. Go and fill the second form and be part of the first 40,000 that will participate in cohort 3. Someone is asking, how do I get the admission form? I think I just explained that. Admission form is not what you get, it's what will be issued to you after you have satisfied the process of admission. And it will be issued to you via your email address. And that is also what you use to come for your onboarding. So the form, okay, what's happening? Sorry, I think we just lost connection. It's still trying to. We just lost connection, but I'm sure. If you can hear me, if you can still hear me, can you indicate if you can still hear me? All right, I think we are back on. We are back on. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So I think I've answered some of the, I don't have PVC, sir. Can I register without it? If you're less than 18 and you don't have PVC, then use your NIN to register. But if you are above 18, it's a civic responsibility that you must have your PVC. I don't know why you shouldn't have it. That means you are even defaulting as far as the law of the land is concerned. So what's the fate of people that have NIN but no voter's card? What's the solution? If you're less than 18 or you just turned 18, you have no consequences. But I must tell you, for us to admit people for cohort 3, you must satisfy these basic requirements. We must first of all admit those who have satisfied our basic requirements 100%. You need to, because it is for your own good. We want to uniquely identify you. It's not a matter of I registered and my name is missing. No, this time around, with the optimization we have done with our software, there is nothing like name is missing. There is nothing like me trying to steal your identity in order to use your name to go and collect a starter kit that belongs to you. We saw a lot of that. So we must have a way to respond to making sure that that doesn't repeat itself in cohort. So please, it's a requirement that should be fulfilled by each and every one. We're not looking for, it's for you to be identified. Even if your PVC is not in Imo State, fill it. We have to identify you to be a valid participant. Number, your NIN, your PVC, they are for your unique identification, so that what we saw in cohort 2 will not in any way to repeat itself. So what I have issues with space for voters card. I broke mine voters card after INEC pronounced oh, I see what you're asking, Franklin. Well, I mean, these things are available online. If you go to INEC portal and try to find out what your voters card number is, it's something you can easily download and copy it out from there. They are publicly available record. It's not something hidden. Even before any election, you will see INEC make photocopies of voter register and paste on the walls of polling booths. I mean, there are other ways, whether you lost your own, there are other ways. We are not asking you to submit your voter's card to us. We don't need it. What we need is that your unique identifier, your number, and your need to use your identity for a sinister motive. Then we deal with that person, you know. How do we register for the second form? The second form is available. Go to your WhatsApp platforms, go to Facebook. We are going to also make it available. I think you should by now be uploading it. I've told my team they will upload as I speak. They will upload the second form, which is the admission form. They will upload it right now as I'm speaking. So it is left for you. Go and fill the form immediately. Once we hit the first, how do we get the admission form? I think be part of the first 40,000. I think as of this morning, we've hit, as of yesterday, we've hit about 10,000 already that have filled the form. And we allow this process to happen for only 1 week. Please, once we get the first 40,000, I am going to make a broadcast on that so that you don't bother trying to enroll in cohort 3. The first 40,000, we draw the curtain. What about those that don't have voters card? I think I've answered all of that. Thank you for answering my question, but I get the INEC web address where I can get the required voters card. Franklin, if you are in Owerri and you can come to the office, we can help you through the INEC portal, get you to get your voters card. Just know where you registered your polling unit and all of that. I will detail my staff. They will help you pull it out and give to you to fill your form. That's not an issue. And if there are other Franklins, people like that who don't know where their voters card is and who would want to, who will need help to retrieve their number, we can help you do that with ease. There is no problem about that. Meaning my PVC card is blanked. I don't know what that means. So I filled out the 2 forms, but I have not gotten the admission letter. Please, filling the form does not mean you will get the admission letter automatic. It's not automatic. Like I said, once the form, you fill it and send it and submit it, it comes to the back end of our database. After we get the first 40,000, we will do a review of all the applicants to make sure that everybody has filled his or her form correctly. And those who have filled their form correctly, we will process your admission letter and send to your email, which is the email you used in filling the form. And once we send it to your email, we'll make an announcement to tell you to go and check your email and download your admission letter. Once you download your admission letter, you proceed with it to the learning center of your choice. That learning center is where your onboarding will happen. I think I have taken time to explain this. For 3, they will also post it right away. If you have not joined, please join. There are 3 channels of our communication that you must have to join in order for you not to miss out